Hi fellow book nerds, and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be reviewing a book, and it's Josephine Angelini's Scions. Now, I love Josephine Angelini's work so much. Up here I've got my Star-Crossed, Dreamless and Goddess, which are the trilogy which Scions is based on. Scions is a young adult prequel to that set, and it follows the heroine, which was Helen in that set. It follows her mum Daphne. Now, I have to say, in those books, I have read them many times. I love them. I love them. But I hated Daphne. Like, I hated her. Everything. I could not stand her. So, I was extremely excited when I heard about this book. I was like, I do not like Daphne, but I really want to find out if there's a reason why she was so nasty. I mean, she who treats their child like that? I mean, really? So I read the book anyway, and wow, I feel so sorry for her now. I mean, if I thought Daphne was bad in that set, that's nothing compared to her mother. I mean, really? The woman's evil. I mean, and her dad as well. I mean, at least Helen's dad was nice. But yeah, no, so obviously the characters in the set are demigods or scions. And they're all like running on a cycle. All of the Greek names, like Helen, obviously Helen of Troy. I mean, you've got Cassandra. She's one of the ones in that book. Hector. Oh, Persephone. That was the name I was thinking of. Anyway, old Greek mythology, Helen of Troy, all back to that era, basically. And the characters all named from those characters in history, and it's cycled over and over again. And this curse that Helen herself of Troy brought about onto the world, it's not nice. And you hear a little bit about that curse that is on Daphne herself. Really, it does make you feel so sorry for her, and it does make you understand a little bit about why she is the way she is. But at the same time, it's like, well, if your mother was like that, then why would you want to be similar? You know, she hated her mum till the end. I don't know, I think she still sort of hated her, but you'd have to read it really to understand a little bit about it yourself. But Daphne, I don't hate her anymore, at least not the character from Scions. I am going to reread that set just to see if I liked her, just to see if my opinion changes of her in those books. I'm not sure it will, but at least I have a little bit of background to go along with. But then you've got Ajax. Now, I love Ajax. Obviously, he's mentioned several times in that story, but he's not in the story, if that makes sense. You hear about him lots. And this book is basically all about Daphne and Ajax and how they meet and what happens between her and his family. And it's so sad. And it's not. I suppose it's sad to me because obviously I've read Starcrossed and the rest of, so I know what happens after Scions. But so obviously it ends on a happy note, I suppose, for Daphne and Ajax, but because I know what happened after then and before Starcrossed, so I know it does make it sad in a way. But I'm just so grateful to have gotten to know Ajax's character a lot more. And now if I was to reread them books again, and I think I'd cry, you know, hearing about it all again. I think I actually would cry. It's such a well thought out, moving story. I just love it. Absolutely love it. But that's not the end of the series, because next year book 5 is coming out, which is called Timeless, and this is where Helen and Lucas from the original trilogy are going back in time, I believe, and you do catch a glimpse of it in Scions. So I really can't wait to read a little bit more about that in depth and why they went back and how it all plays out. Really, it's brilliant. But the way Josephine writes is You really get to know the characters, you feel the emotions, you understand the way they feel, you get real personalities, and it's consistent throughout the stories as well. You can see the characters grow and understand themselves, and because of that, it just makes the story that much better, because you love the characters, you hate the characters. What you want more, you just want to see more of it, and she's brilliant. And I want to thank Josephine Angelini for writing these incredible stories and making me love them characters so much, and for making me love that story so much that I'm reading them again and again, and I just don't get bored. I don't get bored of it. It's just, each time I read it, I read it from a new perspective. I'm following a new character and loving a new character more than what I did in a previous read. And I learn more about the story each time I read it, like bits that I may not have registered in an earlier read. I now understand more because I'd read it before. It's absolutely amazing. So thank you for making me this happy to read a story. So if any of you have read Josephine Angelini's books, I would love to hear your opinions, whether you loved them, whether you didn't love them. I'd love to hear why. And also, please, please, please read Scions. I believe it is coming out on the 4th of October, and it is a great read. It really is. Thank you for watching. And please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye.